Hello, here we are for our Q&A. We'll go ahead and get started with S. Marie C. Is that what it says?
Yep.
Hi, Mama O. Following on from the question regarding cooking home versus eating out, I was wondering whether you clean as you go, the parts, chopping boards, bowls, etc.
The pans.
I like to cook, and I like providing home cooked meal, but the mess and dishes, and it creates it just one meal puts me off. Yeah, I clean as I go, and then I have what I call the touch once system. Like when I take the salt out, I put the salt in and then put it right back, and the same with the sugar. And then that way you don't have to clean up after. You just have to wash the bowl that you were cooking in. So that may help. And I do the touch once the same with when you're changing your clothes. Like let's say you're taking your socks off or your shoes. Take them off and still touch them and put them where you want them, in the dirty clothes or under your dresser. It's called touch once. And that way you don't have to pick your clothes up off the floor. You don't have to put the dishes away. You don't have to do any of that because you've just touched it once, and that way it cuts your work right in half.
Or if you take a cup and just take a drink of water,
do something with
it out.
Yeah, do something with the cup. Don't just throw it in the sink. Take care of it right then, and then you don't have such a mess to clean up. Okay, why don't you read the next one?
Okay, Levon Alverson. Could you do an updated picture of all your sisters? I love your channel.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll do that in November. We have a sister that lives in Idaho, and we only see her like once or twice a year. So when she comes, we'll get a picture with all of us, and that will update our sisters. There's 7 of us. There's 7 girls and 8 boys. Wow. So that's a good idea to get an updated picture because we don't have one. It's hard to get all of us together. Okay, Helen Gay, will you be starting the Christmas jammies soon? And I've tried 3 times to get those jammies done, and I'm going to commit and say, yes, I will start them next week, and that way I'll get them done. Because you guys have heard me say it, and I think it was Zig Ziglar says, if you tell someone you're going to do it, then it will get done. Huh. Daniel Lefko, do you and Papa O have any vinyl records? And Daniel had mentioned that he has a collection of records that he got from his grandpa or somebody. But we don't have any, but my sister, her husband, collects them, and he has a ton down in his basement. And he loves them. He listens to them. He has a record player that he plays them on. I don't know how he still has one. But he loves them, and they're fun to collect. Did you used to have any when you were younger?
Well, if somebody has one today, it's because they want to save a vinyl record. But it's not for the music, because any music that is on those can be, you can get it on the internet, and you pay 10 cents each for your own copy.
Yeah.
It can be, and the copy can be on your phone. It can be on your computer.
But James, Judy's husband, he doesn't have a phone. He probably never will get one, and he just loves listening to those records. They have a certain sound to them that people like, that old staticky sound. And when you play it on your phone, you don't get that static.
Well, it's kind of a scraping sound.
They like it. Yeah, they like it. Okay, why don't you read that one?
Francine? Just Francine. So cool to meet a fan.
She's talking about when we met someone at the Weaver Fair. Yeah, that was way fun.
They were super so excited too. That's great. Q&A. Papa O, is there a proper way to pray? Also, does your family pray together when you all get together? Okay, so I'll answer the one for me. I have to look at it. In general, I think a prayer is in your own words, and it's not a memorized prayer, because your heart's not with it. You're just reciting something, even though some things do repeat. But I think in general a prayer should be addressing, we call him Father in Heaven, or addressing him, And your prayer should always begin thinking of all the things you're thankful for that either God has given you or through your hard work you've obtained it. And the second part is asking Him for a blessing. And a blessing means you want Him to bless you with something. And it usually has something to do with your work, your health, or your family.
Yeah, you always start with Our Father in Heaven and always end in the name of Jesus Christ. And then in between is the gratitude, the thankful part. And then the asking part is the next. So just make sure.
Closing in the name of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, that's the proper way to pray. And you don't always have to kneel down.
In the Bible, Jesus was explaining how to pray, and he recited the prayer, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. He didn't mean that's what you say every time. He was giving you an example of the things to talk about when you're praying.
Yeah, and He wants to hear from your heart. He doesn't want to memorize prayer, because when you memorize something, it doesn't mean anything to you.
You're probably thinking about what you're going to have for
and just
dinner.
talk to Him like He's your Father. I mean, He is your Father. And just talk to Him and tell Him what your troubles are and what you need, and make sure you put the gratitude in there. He always start your prayer with so thankful for this. God gets I think it hurts His feelings if you don't put the gratitude in there. Have a thankful heart, and don't just be asking for something all the time. And you don't need to always kneel down. We kneel down at night to do our night prayer. We kneel down to say our morning prayers. But you could be sitting in a bus and just say a prayer in your heart. You could say, Heavenly Father, I forgot something. Help me remember. Or just always, pray constantly, almost. I'm always praying for something and say, oh, Heavenly Father, help me with this, or help me know what to say to this person, or don't you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just how a proper way to pray. Okay, what's the next one? Is that all you want to say on that?
Yeah, it is for me.
Okay. Oh, and another part of that part, she says, do you pray together? Oh, and she wants to know, when you go sing at the fairs or nursing homes, are you known as Pollyanna or Roseanne Orga? Good question. I'm known as Rosie. We're Rosie Sherry and Just for Fun. And when I sing alone, I'm Pollyanna. And when we sang with our kids, we were the Orgel family singers and cloggers.
Why would you say Pollyanna if you sing alone?
I don't know. I just call myself Pollyanna when I sing alone.
Like if you're in your room singing?
No, when I go perform alone.
That's what I wanted to know.
I don't just sit in my room and sing.
Well, you said when I'm alone.
Okay. All right, let's move on here. Aniston Reese, are you in April and Davy's family? Yes, we are Davy's parents. So that's a good question. He's probably...
They actually look alike. Roseanne looks like Davy.
Yeah, we did, on the phone how you can do face swap. We one time we took a picture of me and Davy, our heads together, and it says you must have two different faces to do face swap. We thought we do have two different faces, but it wouldn't swap the faces.
And recently he put on a wig for his kids.
Yeah, he did that wig.
To be silly with his kids.
He let Ambry choose what to do all day, and she dressed him up in a wig and said it looked like me. Okay, Helen Gay, dessert before dinner? Oh well, why not?
Have we done that?
When we were with Jimmy Joe, the Action Lab guy, we went to Chili's, and the first thing we ate there was the volcano cake or something like that. We said, let's eat this one first because...
And that disappeared because it melts by the time...
And Jimmy Joe wasn't even there yet, and he had to order his own because we ate it without him. We couldn't wait. But that's Amanda's idea. She says she always eats... when she goes out to eat at Chili's, she always eats the dessert first because you can't really take that one home. You can't and the, you know, you
And
got
if
the
it's
ice cream and cake.
well,
Yeah, you can't take it home. You got to have the hot lava going on it and stuff. So it's a good idea to eat that one first. So,
yeah.
all right, let's do Sandy Leonard.
I love chicken salad. And have you yet to find a recipe I really like? Let's see, oh, and she has yet to find a recipe
She hasn't
really
found
likes.
what she likes yet.
I like the salad with grapes and nuts. How about a DIY?
Okay, that one will be coming out tomorrow. So I'll show you how I did the croissants with that salad. It was really good. That's my favorite. I haven't liked any other recipe, but I like this one, and I think you'll like it too. It's just really, really good. And the recipe that I use, it actually wants you to put pineapple in, but I like the grapes. And if you'd rather, you know, it'll explain that in the DIY. Okay.
This is the famous
Augustus Green. Can you do the blindfold chocolate pudding feeding challenge?
That's more for kids.
Yeah, I don't think I can talk Papa O into that one.
Adults don't do challenges.
Well, Davey does.
Well, because
he gets with other YouTubers and stuff, and it would be fun. We might try it maybe for a Sunday dinner. That might be something really fun. You blindfold people, I guess. And
okay, Augustus, how old are you, and who do you do the challenges with?
I don't think he does. I think
I know
he likes. I think he likes to.
That's my whole point.
Watch us do it.
That we don't do it.
Yeah, but okay. That's all the questions for the time we have for questions today, and let's see. Are there any challenges you guys would like us to do? One was...
I won't be doing it.
I know, Papa O doesn't like that. One of them last week was to do 24 hours in the treehouse, and I don't know, we'd have to do something
they sound like, all of those sound like something a small kid would do, or maybe...
Yeah. Papa O's above that. He doesn't like to do stuff like that.
Well, I wouldn't mind a challenge on something intellectual, like...
who can learn the language the fastest?
Chinese related to the Mongolian language, which is part of China.
Boring. Okay.
No, I looked that up.
There was one. I'll post it here. I'll post it at the end here. There was one challenge that, for some reason, I don't know how we got Papa O to do this. We did the ice bucket challenge, and I'll find it and I'll post it here. And it is funny.
No,
I don't know how we talked you into that.
I didn't have to do anything. I just had to sit there.
I just poured water, ice cold water on
with ice cubes in it.
Yeah, it's funny. So I'll post that one. Okay, let's.
Oh boy. No. There it goes. No. Oh my God. God. It's cold. Okay. Okay, Dad, get her back. Let me that cold. Hurry, sit down, Dad. Mom,
Why was that so fun?
Mom, go. That was way worse than I thought. Here she goes. Have you got it, Mom? Yes, go.
Go ahead and close with a couple of quotes here. People like to be around those who give off positive energy. That's true. Nobody likes to be around someone negative.
Yeah.
Because that puts off the negative. So if you don't...
See, what if somebody said to you, so how are you today? And you went, I'm having a bad day today. You'd go, oh, how do I...
Say, gosh, look at the time.
Well, how do I answer that?
No, it's hard to be around negative people, and eventually you start losing friends if you're negative. So try to be positive, and just because you wear a smile on your face doesn't mean you have no troubles. But you don't have to frown.
Okay,
smile.
Here's Chuck Norris.
Smile anyway. Okay.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
He's a black belt in karate.
Yeah, we like him.
He says a lot of people look at the negative side of what they feel they can't do. I always look on the positive side of what I can do.
And he does. He does look on the positive. He is amazing. So always look for the positive and like what you can do. Look for the rose. Remember my rose story of when there was a flood and the little girl told the mom to lift her chin up and look. Stop looking at the muddy mess, but look at the rose that's shining up above that. And don't focus on the horribleness of life, because you'll get so depressed and sad. And say, lift your chin up and look for the rose, because it's there.
And what did Davy call it? There's good in everything, or
yeah.
what does he say?
Look.
Oh, you forgot, because I asked you.
Find good in everything. I had to get the tune in my head to say what it was.
You can find good in everything.
Everything, yep. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. Keep the questions coming, and good night, everybody.
Good night.